Hello, welcome back to my channel and to another vlog. I know, I said today was going to be a try-on video, but all hell broke loose yesterday. Yesterday was Halloween, and I'm just going to insert the clip that I shot. I was going to start the video this way, but I feel like it's better for me to now tell you everything's okay, got everything under control. I was just in a very emotional place, and rightfully so, you'll see when I shot this. So let me show you that, and then we'll be right back. Oh, hi. This is not a try-on video, as I had promised in our last video, but welcome back to my channel. Life, you know guys, life just loves to throw curveballs. And today I am back at the vet with Corny because if you remember, right before we had the baby, Courtney had stepped on a foxtail, and it was like a whole extravaganza. We had to take her to the urgent care, and she got like a little cast, and it was like so dramatic and traumatic and expensive. Anyways, last night we were taking her for a walk. She got home and she started licking that paw again. We're like, no way, no way. Did she step on something again in that same foot? Like, what are the actual chances? Why haven't we won the lottery at this point if we're that lucky? You know what I mean? So we're here at the vet today because it turns out there is maybe something still stuck in there. The vet was like, it either was like in there this whole time and is just like finding its way out, or she like opened the wound, or she actually really did step on something again. So they're poking around right now. And then, sorry, I feel like I cry in every video. It's just like, life is like, we're very lucky in so many ways, but I also feel like life hasn't been very kind. She has these like 2 little tumors that they're worried about. And so they have to do like a little test of them and send them off to make sure that they're not like cancerous. My baby. I really hope that they're not. We had noticed them a while ago, but we had been kind of putting that off as well. So I figured since we're here, we're just doing it. But I'm worried about it. I'm worried about her. And also it's just so expensive. Like, life is just, I hate complaining about money, and I know people are in far worse situations. So I hope I don't sound like ungrateful for my situation. I think it's just all relative, but you know, life is just really expensive, and obviously my channel isn't doing as well as it was, and you know, I'm looking at other options for work and trying to figure it out. But between my medical bills and Annie's medical bills and now Courtney's medical bills, thank God Jeff is healthy. It's just a lot, and I just feel so overwhelmed. So anyways, fingers crossed. I feel like they just texted me to come in and get her. I will keep you updated on everything, but today's video just turned into this. Maybe I'll try on some clothes later if we get good news. Okay, be right back. Okay. Whenever I like cry in the car, I'm like, should I just like erase that and like not add that into the video? But I'm like, you know what? This is reality, and this was my life, or is my life right now. Everything's fine. As it turns out, sweet baby Corny doesn't have tumors. They're like, I forget the technical term of what these things are, but they didn't even have to send them off to the lab. They basically just drained them. He was like, think of it as like a pimple. Like, we basically just drained them. So that's like a huge blessing. It is not cancerous, totally benign. Thank God. I know she's old, and like dogs don't last forever, but like I don't even want to go there right now, and I can't go there right now. And so anyways, I feel like someone said this on Instagram. They're like, you've just had like such a batch of bad luck. And like, honestly, kind of everyone I know has their own like bad luck or their own like things going on, but I do feel like we just get hit with like one thing after next. Anyways, she's fine. Let me show you guys her. You okay, right, bud? You want to tell everyone? Yeah, I survived. I'm fine, everyone. Sorry for the false alarm. As it turns out, they couldn't really figure out what was going on with her foot, but they didn't see anything in there. So she either like stepped on something and just like repoked the area, but nothing like actually went in. Not exactly. They think like maybe it was a bug bite. It's just a little bit curious that it's in the same exact place that it was last time. So they sent her home with the boot, which immediately fell right off. So we just have her in like a little sock that we like had from last time, and we just like kind of wrapped it up, and they want me to come back on Friday to have her checked out, but ugh, we'll see. Guys, I mean, life is like so expensive. As you can see, I was like panicking about the expenses. Obviously, I would spare no expense for either of my children. But between them, their medical bills, and then my medical bills, having a baby and then having heart failure is very expensive. Even with insurance, like I pay so much for insurance and I still have to pay so much. It's just crazy. Life is wild. But for every bad day, we just pick ourselves up and we try again. I was like pretty upset yesterday because we were supposed to go out for Annie's first Halloween. And like obviously we weren't gonna leave Corny. She was like super drugged out. Like her little tongue was like, and she like wasn't eating, and she was just like laying there. And I was like, we're not gonna just like leave her. She would have been fine, but like I didn't have the heart to do it. So Jeff was so kind. He's like, well, what do you want to do? I was like, can we just put her in her costume and like walk down the street? So I put Annie in her dinosaur costume. Jeff picked up Corny and was like, come on, and we just like walked down the block and back before any trick-or-treaters were out. So I don't even know what we were doing, but I just like wanted to like feel like we did something. So that's what we did. And then Annie immediately pooped in her dinosaur costume. And so I changed her, put her down, and that was Halloween. Jeff reminded me we're only 3 months in and there's so much like life ahead and things to do ahead, and like truly at this point in time it's miraculous that we're even getting out of the house with her. I just feel like this has been like the longest 3 months of our life. Like I can't believe it's only been 3 months. And I feel like we should like be doing a million things. But obviously we aren't, and we don't need to be. We are just beginning our journey with Miss Annie. And besides, she hasn't even gotten any of her shots yet because she hadn't been feeling good. So we're doing that next week. So technically speaking, it's probably safer for us to wait until next week anyways. So that being said, I am taking her out today by myself. I'm taking her to see the craniosacral lady, which is exciting. We haven't been in quite some time. We just wanted to do like one more follow-up now that Annie's feeling better, to be like, isn't she great? Anything else we need to be doing? But I'm doing it all by myself. So I'm prepping while she's taking a little nap. I have to like bring a bottle with me because we're going to be there while it's lunchtime for her. So it's a little more like labor intensive in terms of me doing this all by myself, but I feel more confident, and I guess we're just like gonna give it a go. The weird thing is I have to like heat up her bottle. So I put her bottle in this Skip Hop is the brand. It's just like a to-go little icy, I'll show you. It's a lunchbox that we keep in the freezer, and we keep like the ice packs in it so it's ready to go. But they say it's her bottle, so of course it's more expensive. But we got it for our baby shower. It was a nice gift and we use it a lot. So I'll put her bottle in here, and then I'm just gonna bring a mug with me and get some hot water, and like then I put the bottle in the mug to heat it up when she's ready. My friend Tracy was like, I always brought like a thermos with me full of hot water to do it with. So I might need to invest in a thermos. I don't think I've owned a thermos since I was like in kindergarten. I guess 'tis the season for thermoses. Probably Target's the place to go for that. I've also had this chapstick for literally a year. I got it last Christmas and it's still going strong. It's the Blistex Lip Vibrance. Is that gross that I'm using the same chapstick for over a year? That's probably gross. Why did I say that out loud? Speaking of gross, I've been feeling really bad about myself. What a vlog, guys, what a vlog. This shirt is one of the rentals, and I want to do the try on video. Again, that was the plan yesterday, and then all hell broke loose and we ended up at the vet. But I'm just really like trying to find my style and like feel human again, and like it's really, really hard. Postpartum is a bitch. Sorry to use that word, but honestly, it is the most appropriate. Like some days I'm like feeling it and I'm like, okay, yes, girl, yes. And then other days I'm just like, who am I? And my skin looks terrible and I don't fit in anything and I feel like I'm crumbling and dying inside. And that's pretty much how postpartum works. And then you have to stop complaining because the baby's crying and like you have no more time to complain. So then you carry on, and then at the next break when your baby's sleeping, then you start complaining about yourself again. And it goes round and round again until the next day. The life of a mom. It's something, y'all. It's something. All right, I'm going to pack up everything in anticipation of getting Annie into the stroller and out the door. It's a little tricky because I'm going to be moving her during her nap time, which is either the best idea ever or the worst idea ever. No in between, guys. There's no in between. Okay, it has been several hours now. Update. The doctor's visit went fantastic. Well, I say that. The win was I was able to travel with Annie by myself to and from, which sounds so basic and like, okay, big deal, Lisa, but as a first-time mom, like, you know, dealing with the stroller and loading up the baby into the car and like getting her out the door and back in safely. And also, like, I had to pack the bottle and I had to do the feed while I was there. Like, it's a big undertaking. It's a lot of like thinking ahead, which, like, I can't even think like in the moment at the moment. And also for a mom with postpartum cardiomyopathy, let me just tell you that moving that stroller in and out of the trunk is still difficult for me, which reminds me that I feel like I've been having a little shortness of breath recently. So I put a call into my doctor and he moved up my appointment for my like heart scan till tomorrow. So I will take you guys there. Fingers crossed I get good news. Some of this just might be allergies, some of it might be paranoia, honestly, or maybe my heart is still on the mend. So I will let you know about that. But I felt like it was a big win today to be able to do this by myself. She cried a lot while we were there, but like, rookie mistake, I woke her up during her nap to take her there, and like, this kid's just like not flexible yet, you know what I mean? Like, she thrives on a schedule like me. We are creatures of habit, and so it's good to do things like this because I do feel like it's good for her to not be like have to like be in a consistent schedule, but it's also like healthy for kids, especially newborns. She's 3 months to like have a schedule, so I'm trying to find the balance between being like flexible but also like keeping her schedule. So she definitely like cried a lot, and when we got home she was like passed out in her car seat in the stroller for a while, and then when I got her up to do the next feed she was like kind of like beside herself, and I think she was just a little bit disoriented. So she's down now, and ultimately I'm gonna take it as a win, like each day at a time, but I do feel like I'm getting more confident as like a mom. But this is all to say, I am like, okay, what am I sharing on my channel? Like, where is my voice on this channel? And I've been reading your comments, and I know that like my voice in general is like small in the grand scheme of like the world and the internet, but there are people out there that like do comment that like what I'm saying is helpful for them, or like they're grateful to hear me say these things out loud because that's what they're feeling as parents or as just humans in general. And so I had filmed a video the other day in the car, another one where I was crying in the car. And I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna put both crying videos in the car up. Like, that's embarrassing. But honestly, that's my truth right now. Being a first-time mother, like full-time mother, is really hard. I feel like I've conquered a lot of things, and each day is like, I feel like I have wins, but I also feel like I have fails. And I feel like I've really conquered a lot of my postpartum, but I will say, like, it creeps in, and I feel like that's very normal, and I feel like it's worth talking about. I have days where I'm just like, oh my God, this is like, what did I, like, who am I? What did I do? Like, this is every day. Like, will I ever find myself again? Will I ever have a life again? Like, I'm grateful for my child and her health and like my health and all my family's health, but like every day is kind of like Groundhog's Day. And more than anything, guys, I'm like feeling very lonely. My husband is amazing, and when he's here and he's present, and he takes care of us, and he takes care, like, he was so good with me yesterday when I was having such a hard day. Like, he's there, but like he can only do so much, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, day to day I'm just like lonely. It's just like me and the baby and Corny, which again, wonderful, but like, whoa, sometimes I just feel really alone. And so Jeff was kind enough to hire us a nanny, which brings me to some comments of last video where I was like, hey, how does like all these like YouTuber moms do it? Like, I can't even get like a Halloween costume put together. And I saw a comment that was like, oh, a lot of them have nannies and like don't talk about it. So I wanted to be forthright with this. I'm not trying to hide it like at all. Jeff like offered to get us help twice a week, just like 4 hours in the day. So like 8 hours over the course of a week, which is like tremendous for us and tremendous for me, so that I can edit or I can take meetings, and I can also do a little bit of self-care so that I am present and able to like mom the way I want to mom, because it's really hard, and bless everyone that does it all by themselves without help. I have so much respect, like to the nth degree. But yes, we have someone help us twice a week for 4 hours each time. And she's like an incredible woman. She's been doing this job since the beginning of time, like literally. She's like very coveted in this area, and the reason why we were able to have her help us out is because she works for Tracy, my friend Tracy. And so Tracy offered to like let us take her for a couple of hours. It helps Tracy out financially, and it obviously helps me out like physically and mentally. Oh, Courtney's crying because her boyfriend's walking by. Is that your boyfriend? That's your boyfriend. Courtney loves her too. So anyways, the other day, however, our schedules got mixed up, and Tracy like needed her all week except for this one day. So I had her for the whole day, nannying for the whole day, like full 8 hours. And I'm gonna just show you the clip. I lost it. Like, I hadn't left Annie alone for that long since the start, and I feel like I should share this because I feel like this is a very human feeling, especially for new mamas. So, roll the clip. Hello, welcome back to our channel and to an original, an OG car vlog with Corn. Just me and Corn here for the first time in the car together in a while, and I'm having a nervous breakdown. For me to not be like with Annie 24/7, even though I like really want to be, and I'm feeling like super anxious leaving her, and I've been doing it the last couple of weeks and it's been great, but because of our schedules this week, we have her the full day just once this week. So she's there right now, 9 to 5, and I'm like so nervous to leave her, and I like trust this woman. She has been doing this forever and ever and ever. Like literally, she has I was gonna say students, she has clients who are now like 20 years old, and like she stays with families forever. She's like super coveted here in this area, and like I feel really lucky to have her. And so I know Annie is in good hands, and I know it's so good for Annie to not just be like with me 24/7. Like it's important for her before we start socializing her like out in the world. This is a good way for her to like get used to other faces and other routines. Like I don't want her to become so reliant on me and me so reliant on her, but I'm already feeling like, whoa, I feel so like, I feel so nervous. I'm not gonna go the whole day, but I do actually have a meeting I have to go do today, and I have like a ton of work to get done. I know I don't like talk that much about my work outside of YouTube, but right now I'm in this like transitional state. You guys know I'm always pitching and trying to sell TV series, and I have a few out right now with Tracy, and I'm excited to talk to you guys about those if and when they go, and some other projects on the horizon. I'm also considering taking on a more like full-time like gig. I'm still in the internet producing world, but like even just doing this today, like if I did get a job that's like a 9 to 5, I would be away from Annie this much, and we'd have to hire help. And like, so I'm just in that like middle zone of like, do we do that? Does like, what's the best plan of attack here for her, for our family, for our finances, for our mental health? Like, I have the luxury of doing YouTube and doing some outside projects, so I'm independent contractor. So like, in theory, I have the luxury of not having to work a traditional job. But now that we are, you know, paying more for things because we have a third, a fourth, maybe it makes better sense. I don't know. I'm in flux. Sorry. I'm also exhausted because we haven't slept in quite some time. I'm rambling, but this is the life of a mom. Anyways, today I am doing an adventure, just me and Corn, and I thought that I would obviously take you guys along. Thank you for listening to my rant. Do you want to see me cry again? I could try to cry right now if you need me to. Oh, you guys, you're all so lovely, except for this one person that left 3 comments on my latest video, or my birth story video, I feel like it's worth me like getting up to show you these. This is crazy. Also, let me go check on my sleeping child. She's sleeping too soundly. Hold on. I'll tell you this story while I feed the pooch. Are you ready for dinner, my lovey? Yeah? She seems to be doing really well, to the point where I'm like, do we really need to take her back on Friday to have her paw rechecked? Or can we just say, like, unless she's like really licking at it or it's bleeding, like, we're good? You know what I mean? Sometimes I wonder with the vets, like, I know that they're doing their due diligence, and it's probably good for us to go back, but like, oh my God. Not only is it expensive, but like just the amount of stress on her to take her there, she hates going. Okay, tonight, Corny, you are having organic turkey with Italian squash, celery, spinach, and green peas. If you followed her journey, we switched to this like fancy food because she was having pancreatitis, and it seems to be working. It's been working very well since we switched to it. I say fancy because it was like, it's like, you know, the pet restaurant with organic turkey, but actually it's like not that expensive in the grand scheme of dog food, and she loves it so very much. Okay, so like I was saying, this woman left 3 comments on my video where I talk about the birth of my child, and like it's like an emotional video. I like pour my heart out, and she leaves these like 3 comments, and I'm just like, whoa, people are like nuts. Okay, the first comment is, so many interruptions during your story. Like, okay, lady, I have a baby, and I made that very clear. And also, like, this is the internet. What do you want from me? Like, this isn't like a 60-60 or like a 2020 60 minutes or a 2020 documentary. Like, this is literally me like spilling my story like via my Canon G7X, you know what I mean? That's like duct taped in the back because it's so old. And then she goes, how old are you? You seem so young. Which, like, okay, listen, now I'm just like reading into that, like it might not be a mean thing, and like also, thanks, do I seem young or do I look young? 2 different things. Seem young could be insulting. Look young, okay then. And then the last one's, you're so extreme in your explanations. Extreme in my explanations? Did you watch that video? I'm not making up that story. There's nothing extreme about my explanation. It was an extreme situation. Ugh. People be weird, man, right? People be weird. Speaking of weird people on the internet, Facebook groups, I've talked about them a lot, like mommy Facebook groups. I'm fascinated with them and I want to explore them more, and you guys have been asking for me and Tracy to do a video again together. We had 2 broken girls for, not broke girls. That's a great show though. And my husband was on that show, an episode of that show. If you can find the episode, you win the prize. 2 broken girls, and Tracy and I really love working together. And so we are going to concoct up some sort of a video series. We don't want to necessarily do a podcast, but we're thinking of just doing like a little series here maybe on my channel. So let me know if you guys want to see that. And I feel like it would just be fun to watch. So let me know if you want to see that. All right, folks. So I've been wearing this shirt all day, and I actually think it's pretty cute. So I vow to get this Nuuly try-on up and to you shortly. And with that, please, will you tell me how to style all these clothes, because I feel so lost in styling. Like, I love this, but I don't know what to wear it with. Like, I just don't know what's cool. Also, I think I'm doing a brand deal with Cupshe, which, guys, I mean, this part's unsolicited. I really do enjoy them. And if I'm going to put on a bathing suit, I will only do it for Cupshe because they do make me feel pretty confident. And I'm like, okay, it would be kind of fun to do like, and empowering to do like a postpartum bathing suit try on. So stay tuned for that. But also because during the winter season, they have really nice sweaters. Random, but they really do. And what else can we look forward to? Oh, and you will see me go to the heart doctor tomorrow. So that one is selfish for me because, I mean, I know that you guys are along for that journey with me and I really appreciate it, but like selfishly I get really nervous to go, but my husband has to watch the baby, so like I end up going by myself and it's scary. Like, I know I'm doing really well and my recovery is going really well, but like it's still very scary and like kind of out of body and sort of trippy, the fact that I'm like going to a heart center. Like, I still haven't fully like wrapped my head around the fact that like, hi, I have to go to a heart doctor every once in a while to get my heart checked because I had heart failure. You know what I mean? The more I say it, the more real it becomes, but it still all kind of feels like a weird, like, acid dream. I've never done acid, but I imagine that's what it feels like. So yeah, so selfishly, I'm taking you with me, but thank you. life is wild and emotional and so many ups and downs, and try to keep positive and try to keep laughing through it. And I hope sharing my journey with you guys makes you feel a little less alone on whatever journey you're going on, truly. So, thanks so much for being here today, for watching me cry a million times, and yeah, for leaving nice comments. Appreciate the nice comments, okay? But do you think I look young or I'm acting young? Let me know in the comments. No, don't let me know. Okay, see you next time. Bye.